Hey guys, so I thought today's vlog could be all about our summer routine that we do with the horses, because it's slightly different to the winter one that I've shown you before. So I thought I'd do an in-depth video of what we do with them on a daily basis. So let's get into it.
I thought the easiest way for me to explain what we do is a voiceover, so here we go. So I start on the yard at 7 o'clock, but somebody normally starts at 6:30 to get the horses all fed before the hustle and the bustle starts, because we find it really important that they get to eat in peace. So once they've eaten and it's 7 o'clock, we start getting them ready to go out in the field or on the walker. And then we start getting the horses in that have stayed out overnight. So at the moment we have 4 horses that stay out overnight, 6, including the 2-year-olds. So the 2-year-olds actually stay out the whole time, but I'll explain that later. And then we have horses that are not going to run around in the middle of the night. The more laid back ones get to stay out. So this is just what we do in the summer. Nothing stays out in the winter because the weather's a bit nasty, but in the summer it's so lovely for them and they really enjoy it. So here I'm getting Joey ready for the field, and here is Joey and Molly, who go out together. They've been going out together since they were 2-year-olds and they are best friends. So Joey and Molly's field is at the top of the drive, so on the way back we go to pick the horses up that have been out overnight. So we grab them in 2s, and then they go back to their stables and they have their breakfast. They get their feet picked out, any boots taken off. If they need their rugs changing, we also do that, and then they have a nice snooze in the morning after their night in the field. We have done their hay and their beds and stuff the day before, which is what we do in the afternoon, so it's all prepped and ready and easy for the morning. So because we only have a certain amount of fields, some horses have to wait to get turned out until the others are in, but that's literally only like a 10-20 minute wait. So here is Eagle going in his field. The horses tend to stay out for about 2 hours, 2.5 hours, depending on how the day's planning out. But if they're on holiday, we try and make sure they have a little bit longer so they can really chill out. Next up is getting the ones ready for the walker. The ones that do go on the walker in the morning then go in the field later on, and then the ones that go in the field in the morning then go on the walker in the afternoon. So it's really equal and fair. Here is a video of Barbie trying to vlog herself. Next up is getting King Sausage ready for the walker. So all the horses that have a full set of shoes on will have a full set of boots on, and then Barbie, for example, who just has front shoes, will just wear front boots. That's just again for protection. We don't put overreach boots on the walker, just exercise boots like these ones here. And in the summer they go on Nike because it's nice and warm. So the horses tend to go on the walker for about 45 minutes, and that is split between the left rein and the right rein, so it's equal amount on both ways of walking, and that's really important for their joints and stuff. So here is the control panel for the walker, and you can set it to the speed. Our speed dial is actually a bit broken, so they were going on 7, but now it's 8. So next up is mucking all the horses out. So all our horses are fully mucked out each day. We don't deep litter any of them. The horses that are cleaner, go on to bliss bedding, which is the stable I'm in now. And then the horses that are a little bit dirtier go on straw. This is just to help keep costs down, because we found the ones that were quite dirty and we're going through a lot of bedding, and that obviously increases costs. So that was the reason. So in the summer there are less horses to muck out because some live out overnight. So I actually muck out 3 horses in the morning and then go and have breakfast and start riding. Here is King Sausage's bed being made up, more straw, nice and fluffy, which you guys will see in a sec. Boom, satisfying. King Sausage is also a dirty dunker, so I have to change his water bucket to make them nice and fresh. So once that's done, the horses come off the walker, then I go for breakfast.
Hi! What time is it? Is it breakfast? Oh yeah! Oh yeah! What is that? Random. So I'm currently eating breakfast and that is around, normally I come in at like 8:15 in the summer because we finish earlier because there's less horses to muck out. And it lasts till about 8:45, depending how much stuff I have to clear up, because I try and do some stuff before I get on the horses, so I don't have like business and admin stuff on my mind. I try and just organise a few things. Drinking out my favourite mug. Don't know if you can read that. Is it backwards on the camera? Probably. But yeah, that's that.
So now it is time for riding, and on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday and Friday all the horses get worked in the school. Sometimes that does include an in-hand session, so it's not necessarily being ridden, but it's more their intense days, and then Wednesdays I go hacking. So this was filmed on a Monday, so it's school time. Barbie normally goes first because she's in and she's not been in the field, so she's not full of grass. So I also have someone help me to switch over horses and get them ready. So today Kate is helping me, and other days Erin helps me, so it switches around. So whilst I'm riding, lots is going on. Everybody is hard at work. Here is Abby, and she is another girl who works with us when someone is having some time off. So this was actually Erin's day off. So here she's blowing the whole yard, which is super satisfying but quite dusty. And here is Kate, who's will have put the feeds out that Mum's made for the horses ready for later. So Kate kindly offered to do some filming whilst I was riding, so you guys know what happens behind the scenes. So here she is getting Wilf ready, who was my next horse. Again, because he was on the walker and he goes in the field later, I do him in this order. So all the horses have a really good groom before I ride them. I find this is really important for so many ways, and I will explain why later. Because Barbie is a young horse, I'm normally back before Wilf's ready, so I'm just helping tack up, and then I'm going to hop on. So by this point Eagle will have come in, and then Paris and Chief go in that field. So here's Chief just having some fly spray on, and then they go in the field. So Paris stays in the field for a couple of hours. Ideally we'd like it for a bit longer, but because she doesn't really like being near any other horses with the foal, this is the best we can do at the moment. So after that, Kate will start getting the next horse ready, which was Eagle, and then you'll see that Joey and Molly are coming in now. So the reason they can come in after the foal and Paris are out is because their field is the other side of the drive, so it's not near her and she doesn't get disturbed, and it just gives them a little bit longer out. So here is Kate getting Eagle ready. It really varies as well whether they wear boots or bandages. We just like to mix it up so it's not specific. Some days they wear boots, some days they wear bandages. We also poo pick every day. So here is Abby with the quad and trailer just after poo picking. So there's so much that goes on behind the scenes, and you guys don't normally see that in the vlog, so this is so great to show you. So now Kate is bringing Eagle into the arena for a little bit of a quicker change around, just so that we can make sure we get all 6 done before lunchtime. Here is Sausage and there's Eagle, so I'm just going to switch over. So after the horses have been worked, Kate or Erin or Abby will take them around the track, and if they're a little bit young, I tend to take them around the track just because I feel like it's important that they don't get a scare, and I just know them a little bit better, so I feel a little bit more confident taking them around myself. But Wilf's really good, so everyone can take him round. Here he is enjoying his stroll. So this is the end of the circuit now, so what will happen is she'll jump off, she'll wash them off, and then throw a Thermotex on, and then he'll go in his stable and chill out. It's going to be weird editing this if you filled some of it, because I won't know what's in it.
managing. It's fine, like, fine.
You'll be fine. My gloves are falling apart.
Oh, it's not good.
So next on my list is Molly. He doesn't get taken into the school just because he gets a little bit upset if he's led around too much, so I always come back to get him. Then after him I did Joey and B. So I guess after they're all in, I sort of try and do an age order because the younger ones are a little bit quicker. So here are Paris and the Foley coming in, which means in a sec that Wilfred and Shigelle can go out in the field. So they will stay out over lunch just to give them a little bit longer, and then once we finish lunch we grab them in. But yeah, it's almost coming to the end now of the morning session.
So all riding is done. We did 6 this morning, and then it's lunchtime now. Have some food. And then I am on this afternoon, I am doing the yard, so I thought that would be the best time to do this vlog, so I can show you guys what the horses do in the afternoon. But yeah, it's food time.
Run! Come here! Quick! Quick! Ah! Hi!
Look what one of my sponsors sent me. It's gonna be exciting. I'm well excited. Oh! Oh no, I just pulled the cardboard out. Not. Oh. Guess who that one is? Oh, look. It's a little note as well. Ready? Da, 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 da. Such nice little packaging. Oh, hello. Oh, look, Mum. It's Bob. There's more than one.
Don't think Wilfred's not in there.
Bob. What else have we got? Oh, goodness! It's a little sausage pie at the Nationals. Even though he's really naughty, it's still a really nice
I
picture.
don't want to remember that.
Oh, it's Belle. Oh no! Oh. Oh no, is that going to make you cry?
Lovely.
Oh,
Oh.
oh, we miss him.
Oh, you made me cry.
Thank you so
Oh, the
much.
cake must have made me cry.
Yummy.
Are you making out you're doing the
No, I'm showing you a demo of how to do the dishwasher, Mother, because you can't stack a dishwasher to save your life.
I was made for grander things.
Oh! Sass coming at you with the comments.
You were made for this. I was made for...
Love, I swear, it gets worse and worse. Right, what are you doing this afternoon?
So after lunch we first get the horses in from the field. So here I'm getting Wilf in. The reason he's got a fly mask on and a turnout on is because sometimes when you know what the UK weather's like, you never really know what's going on. So here it's a bit rainy, but also a bit flyy, so he had to have both. So then when they come in from the field, they have their rugs changed, so they'll have their stable rugs on. If it's warm, they'll probably stay in fly sheets the whole time, and then take his turnout boots off. The boots I use are these ones, the Lemure ones. I just find they're the best for protecting their legs. Yeah. Then it is time to get the ones ready that are going to stay out overnight. So here I am getting Belle ready for the field. So it was scheduled to rain, so she's having a turnout on, but again, it's a bit flyy, so the mask has to be on as well. We don't tend to keep boots on them overnight just because they can rub if they stay in them for so long. So if they haven't got any shoes on, they just go out with nothing. If they have shoes on, we tend to just put over-reach boots on them. We also make sure they don't have any head collars on overnight, just to lower the risk of them hurting themselves. So I just went to check on the two 2-year-olds to see if they're happy and healthy. So they actually have the range of both of the fields you see there, which means that they can have the field shelter if it gets too hot or a little bit rainy. But yeah, they just live out now until the weather will turn bad. They're both really happy living out, and I just think it's really good for them to be able to roam around, to be free, to be like horses. Also, it's a win-win because it helps keep costs down. They're not in a stable, they're not using bedding, and they're not using as much hay. They do sometimes have hay in the field though. They also still get fed twice a day and keep their nutrients up. So now all the horses are in the field that are meant to be there overnight. It's time to start mucking out their stables so they are ready for the morning. Whilst one of us mucks out, the other will hay up. So here you see I'm shaking it out so they don't get big clumps and then they don't waste. So then we also know how much hay they're getting, so we just fill it to the top. They only really get haylage once a day, and that's normally more in the winter, so you can see we're giving them hay here. We also skip out and tidy up their beds, making sure it all looks pristine and nice. Then we will change any rugs from the horses that have been worked. The ones that have been worked later on in the morning just need to wait over lunch while they dry. So here we just give them a really good groom. And what I was going to explain about earlier is how important grooming is. It's a really good time to bond with the horses. It's a really good time to improve their coats. And also it's super important for their muscles. So it's really good to get any like lactic acid out of them. Just kind of giving them a nice little massage. It's also the perfect time just to check their legs over, check there's no swelling, no lumps, no heat anywhere, and check they're all healthy and happy. Then they can have their gym jams on. Again, this really just does depend on the weather. Today was a little bit of a cooler day, so they're not having their fly sheets on and they're just having some stable rugs on. In between, we're doing lots of niggly little jobs. So here I'm just tidying up the ropes where their head collars stay outside their stables. Sometimes it's folding rugs, just making sure everything is nice, clean and tidy. You can see Barbie is trying to get involved or get my attention here. Then we sweep up the first yard, and then it's time to go and empty the wheelbarrow from this yard, and then we'll move on to the next one. So now I'm in what we call the Dutch barn. So these horses live out. There's only 2 stables. There's actually 4 stables there, but there's only 2 in use at the moment. So that is what we're doing here.
So Kate rescued. Are they robins?
Yeah.
Some robins. Are they on the floor?
They were wedged in the straw.
Oh, okay. So they were wedged in the straw. And I'll show you them. They're so fluffy now. Oh my goodness. How fluffy have they got?
So we are moving on from one baby, or a couple of babies, to the next baby. And here he is, the mischievous Chief. So basically what we do is we go and put Paris and Chief in the arena, which you'll see now, so that we can then sort their stables out. So I'll stay with them just to make sure they don't get into any trouble. And then Kate went and did their beds, their feed, their water, their hay. We just find it's easier to do that with the foal out, and also it's a nice time for them to roam around, stretch their legs. So they do this twice a day, once in the morning, then they go in the field, and then they do this again in the afternoon. So they do get out plenty and get to move around a lot. So when they get back in, Paris has her dinner. You can see her enjoying it there. And I procrastinate for 5 minutes, looking how cute the foal is and how adorable he is and how much I want to boop his little snoot. Oh, there it is. Boop. So once all the horses are mucked out, watered, hayed up, we then go back to the main yard, and you can see Kate was just blowing in the background, and I am about to give the main barn their feed. So this happens around 3:45, so we give them their food, then we can tidy everything up and take their buckets out before the end. Here you'll see me sorting out their feeds. That's their morning feeds I've just picked up, and in the buckets already is their night feed. Here I'm just giving them some Spillers Speedy Mash, which they absolutely love. So we give this to them in the winter, we put warm water in it, and then in the summer it's just cool water. It's just really good to keep them all hydrated. So here I'm just giving Eagle his food. There is no order I give them their food in, but Sass over here got left till last and he was not amused. So that's why the grumpy face is happening. And then once you give him his feed, he turns all sweetness and light again. So it's just an act.
This is the trouble with my mother. Oh my god, Diet Coke has arrived! I've been waiting ages for this. And this is better. He likes straws.
So because it was a full-on day with me riding, we didn't get a chance to clean the tack in the day, so that's what I'm going to do now.
I've seen the emails!
Here is actually me getting a telling off from my dad. You can see the concerned look on my face. No, it's fine, it wasn't that bad. We were just having a discussion. But anyway, yeah, so what I did is clean all the tack. This is about 10 to 4. And then I actually had a meeting at 4, so I was trying to get a shimmy on. But Kate luckily came and saved me. So yeah, we wiped the bridles over, and then we put a little bit of saddle soap on, just to keep the leather all happy. And then here I'm just doing the saddles, and then my phone rings and I have to go to my meeting.
Hello, you alright? Can you hear me okay? I'm just in the tack room, I might need to go out. Oh good, how are you doing?
Anyway guys, that is about it. The horses do get checked at 7:30 till 8, but that is the main bulk of our summer yard routine. As you can see, all the ponies are happy, healthy and tucking into their hay. But yeah, I really hope you guys found this enjoyable, and I would love to hear what you thought.